after this many rejections, I'm out. After this many years of trying, I'm out. After this many years of trying to get a better grade, I'm out. We basically give ourselves a cutoff where after that, we're basically going to say, you know what? Physical therapy might not have been my calling. Physical therapy won't be for me. Physical therapy won't work out. Let me go do something else. And that's basically what a PT dream ultimatum is. So are you giving your dream one?
Turning dreams into reality.
Hey, what is up? How are you doing? My name is Joseph Ngugi. I am a physical therapist. I am also one of the co-founders of Pre-PT Grind, where we help you get into physical therapy school without wasting time or money. And so I'm super excited for this training for two reasons. Number one, because it was inspired by two conversations I've had recently with students, as well as the new show, The Ultimatum, which is on Netflix. And no, this is not to promote it, but I realized, man, like a lot of times as students, we actually give our dream an ultimatum. So I'm going to dive into it. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it going to sabotage your potential happiness and career, or is it going to actually help catapult you closer to your dream of becoming a physical therapist? Let's talk about it. All right. And then if you enjoy this, be sure to like, subscribe, share this out with your friends, any pre-physical therapy student friends that you have them come back to this training, have them come back to this channel, because we drop fire every single week. We literally have two main videos that drop every single week. And then at the very end of this video, I'm going to give you a really, really cool opportunity for free, but a really, really cool one as well. So let's dive into it. So am I giving my PT dream an ultimatum? So what does that even mean? So when someone gives an ultimatum, so if you've watched the show, if you haven't, just do your homework first before you go watch it. But when someone gives an ultimatum, they basically say, hey, I want you to do blank or else. So in most cases, it's for marriage. So it's like, I want you to propose to me or else I'm going to leave, right? So it's basically a cutoff that you give yourself, where after that point, I'm not gonna try anymore, is basically what that means. And so now when we talk about it in relation to our dream of becoming a physical therapist, that basically means I have a point where I say, you know what? After this many rejections, I'm out. After this many years of trying, I'm out. After this many years of trying to get a better grade, I'm out. We basically give ourselves a cutoff, where after that, we're basically going to say, you know what? Physical therapy might not have been my calling. Physical therapy won't be for me. Physical therapy won't work out. Let me go do something else. And that's basically what a PT dream ultimatum is. So are you giving your dream one? Like, have you basically said that at this point, this year, this time, after this many times of taking the GRE, I'm done. Like I'm going to pull the plug. I'm not even going to give it another shot. Have you done that? And is it hurting or helping your dream? So let's think about it differently, right? Prior to me giving you the answer, let's think about it differently. It all goes back to, why am I even pursuing this dream of becoming a physical therapist, right? Am I doing it for other people? Am I doing it for myself? Like, what was the real reason? Go back to that, because I think a big part of that is saying, okay, when I chose physical therapy, was it just an option or was it the option? Right? And when I say the option, it's like, this is the option of, this is the career where 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 30 years down, like I still see myself being happy and fulfilled with this career. And when I think of other careers, it just doesn't feel the same way. So this is the career for me, right? And so my question is, what's the cost? If I'm giving my dream an ultimatum and I basically say, you know what, at that point, my 30 years of happiness, my 15 years of happiness, my, all that, like that's not worth it anymore. Like, well, then you have to ask yourself, what's on the other side? Am I going to be fulfilled doing something else? Am I going to basically suffer, I guess might be a word I could use, in another career that I actually don't want to be in, simply because I gave myself a timeline or a cutoff because I felt like I was wasting my time. I felt like my dream might actually not end up coming to life, or it might not end up becoming a reality. And y'all, these are real, like battles. Like, these are real feelings and emotions and struggles. And part of that comes with doubt. Part of that comes with the fact that, like, we don't see a way out. Part of that comes with saying, man, like, am I really, like, losing my mind? Like, am I really going down a path that's not going to work out? And I'm here trying to convince myself that it'll work out, but it really won't. And the reality is this. Here's what I need you to understand. Number one, am I sabotaging my dream? Well, you might be, but let me present something to you, and then I'll let you be the judge of that, all right? So there's a concept that when we coach students, so we have a coaching program called the Accepted System, where we've been, helping students get into physical therapy school for years, right? And so one of the biggest things that we want our students to understand is this. There are two types of guidance, right? And I say guidance because all of us get help or guidance from whoever and whatever, right? So we get guidance from our advisor, we get guidance from our family members who sometimes feel like they know what's best within a career they've never been in, right? We get guidance from our friends, we get guidance from, online, y'all, we get guidance everywhere. But when it comes down to it, there are two types of guidance. The first one is closed guidance. Closed guidance basically means that at some point, there will be a dead end. At some point, I will have a GPA that is too low. At some point, I will have been rejected too many times. At some point, I will be too old. There's a cutoff, right? And so unfortunately, most of us have been taught how to follow that type of guidance. That's honestly why many of the students that feel frustrated when they work with an advisor that tells them to pick a different career or what. I mean, shoot, even the concept of pre-PT grind started from a frustration we had with one of our advisors when we were pre-PTs. So the majority of guidance for many of us is closed guidance. And the reason for it is because whoever is guiding you doesn't know how to help further. And so whenever they feel limited, so if your family feels like they can't help you, the only other way they can help you is to tell you to pick something else. When your advisor feels like, I don't know what else to do, well, they say, well, pick a different career, right? Or do this, or they give you generic advice, and it's not helping you. And that's what most of us have been fed. So let me introduce you to a different type of guidance, which is what we use when we coach students, and it's a game changer. So that is open guidance. So what open guidance means is this. It's simply this. There is always a next step. So what that means is, regardless of how old I feel, regardless of how frustrated I feel, regardless of how low my GPA is, regardless of how many times I've been rejected before, there is always a way to get myself closer to my dream. Because remember, this is a dream. You becoming a physical therapist is not a side project. It's not something where you woke up one morning and you were like, let me just give it a shot. No, like, this is something where you were like, I feel aligned with physical therapy within, what I want for my life, the lifestyle I want, how I want to serve people. Y'all, like, this is so much bigger than just, really, it's a lot bigger than most other decisions you have made in your life up until this point. So why are we treating it the way we treat most other things, right? Like a dream is one of the most sacred things you can have, right? And so with open guidance, it's saying, like, I have to change my belief systems and start believing that there's always a next step. And the more I believe that, the more I start looking for solutions as opposed to reasons to quit, right? I'm like, okay, if there's always a next step, Joseph, then that means I'm going to start looking for solutions to my problems. If I think that there's a closed end, if I think that the doors will close at some point, then I'm actually going to start looking for reasons to quit. I'm going to start looking for reasons to doubt myself. I'm going to start looking for reasons to sabotage my dream of becoming a physical therapist. That's why this video was so important. I want you to understand that those are the two ways we've been taught to think. And the reality is, if we don't shift how we approach our dream, if we don't go back to why we're trying to do this thing, to why we're working so hard to become a physical therapist, if we don't go back to that and anchor on that and realize how big this is for us, then we're going to basically exchange it for something as simple as doubt, or frustration, or somebody said the wrong thing to me, or I've just chosen to stop trying. And then you have to ask yourself, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, will I look back at that decision and say, wow, I'm glad I quit on my dream? Or will I look back and say, wow, I shouldn't have quit? Or will I look back and say, wow, I'm glad I didn't quit? And I'll end with this. One thing that, we say a lot, and I think it's important to say again here, is there's only one reason why you won't get to your goal of becoming a physical therapist or whatever dream you want. And the only reason, or the number one thing that will hold you back from your dream of becoming a physical therapist is quitting. Like the only way you don't get there is if you quit. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth it to quit? Am I telling myself that my doubts and my fears outweigh the ability to look for the solution? Have you even looked for the solution? Have you exhausted the solution? Or are you just sick and tired of trying? I don't know. Like, you just have to ask yourself, like where does it weigh? And then when you make your decision, just be at peace with it, because now you know both sides. Most people don't know both sides. They just go through it, and then 5 years later, they're like, crap, I made a mistake or whatever, right? But now you know. So make your decision appropriately. But once again, are you giving your PT dream an ultimatum? So that is it. And y'all, real quick, in a very, at the time that we're releasing this, in about 2 weeks, on May 15th, we're actually going to be doing a live sit down for the very last time. And it's basically the masterclass that we sit down and teach the blueprint that we've used to coach hundreds of our students into physical therapy school, and basically teaching them what I just talked to you about, which is open guidance. And so we're going to be doing it for the last time live. We're going to be doing it for the last time for free, because it's that good. And we're also going to be doing it exactly 1 month before the application cycle for this year opens up. So if you don't want to miss that, if you want to sit down with us live, ask us questions, and we just show you that blueprint step by step, then go to www.leveluptheprept.com. Go save your seat for that training. It's the PT School Acceptance Masterclass, or actually more specifically, it's the 2022 PT School Acceptance Masterclass. Go save your seat for that. You will not regret it. But the point of it is to get you to shift how you think, to go from being closed guidance minded to being open guidance minded. And that is it. So have an amazing rest of your day. I hope this was valuable. And if it was, please share this with a friend, subscribe, share this on social media. We're on Instagram at PrePTGrind. Go share it on your story and then tag us in it. We want to see all the thoughts that you've kind of pulled from this training as a whole. And of course, if you do save your seat for the upcoming masterclass, the last live masterclass we're doing on this topic, then you definitely don't want to miss that. We'll see you there. Have a good one. Much love. Go kill it. Bye.